Hello and welcome to the GorillaBiker, and today we're going to be covering off something that I have already spoken about in the past, but this is kind of an addition since I now own a bike with some technology. And also my good friend Chewie on YouTube just made a video speaking about technology on bikes and is it too much. And you know, I think that I have said in the past that I think that the technology is getting a bit too much. And as I said in the past, I'm not a Luddite, I'm not scared of technology. I would not buy a bike because of technology. I bought this one. It has traction control, it has heated grips, it has a gear indicator, it has a lot of little nice touches. And it's funny because, you know, I've been asked then like, oh, well, you mentioned this technology, what do you think about those? So what I'm kind of going to talk about is like, what in my opinion adds to the experience and what definitely takes away, what should be on bikes. And it's one of those things because, you know, I, as a lot of people know, absolutely love the Kawasaki Z900 RS. And I've been watching kind of videos on it myself because I like watching videos on it, and it's been compared a lot to the Yamaha XSR 900 as another retro classic, and I think that's a good comparison. It's a fair comparison. But I would still have the Z900 RS. However, one thing that I would definitely like to add to the Z900 RS if I was to buy one is a quick shifter, which the XSR has. And like, it's funny because that is one of kind of, I think, techs that gets a little bit more attention when I mention them, because I've also mentioned that I don't like DCT. I'm not a fan of DCT. Well, not that I'm not a fan. I think DCT is a great technology, right? It's just, if I had the choice between a DCT bike and a manual bike, I'm going to buy the manual bike every day of the week. You know, if it's the same model but DCT versus manual, I'm going to buy the manual. Even if they're the exact same price, I'm going to buy the manual. Even if the DCT was slightly cheaper, I'm going to buy the manual. But then people come back to me and say, but yeah, but you love quick shifters. It doesn't really make sense. Which, you know, is a reasonable argument. It doesn't make a whole pile of sense. I agree with you, you know. I agree that it doesn't make a huge amount of sense. And I mean, if you were to give me DCT with a foot shifter, you know, I've been asked then, would that change your opinion? Would you then think of that as just pretty much a bike with a quick shifter? Still no, I would still want the clutch, you know. I still would like to be able to feather the clutch in certain applications. I think it adds a lot of control to a bike. It's just that once you get going, like right now, a quick shifter would be nice, you know. And I do think it's something that I should nearly be a standard option. There's no reason not to anymore. And it's the same as, you know, like when I got to ride the S1000 XR for a week, thanks again Dermot, my uncle, much appreciated. I did use cruise control on the motorway, but I don't think it's ever something that I would not buy a bike for if it didn't have cruise control. Whereas if there was two models of the exact same, and I preferred the colour on one, but it didn't have cruise control versus the one that did, I'd still take the one without cruise control with the nicer colour. Whereas, you know, quick shifter wise, even if I didn't prefer the colour but it had a quick shifter, I would get the one with the quick shifter. It just kind of, it comes into what technology do you think adds to the experience. For me, a quick shifter adds to the experience. It doesn't take away from it. Modern traction control, good traction control, adds to the experience. It doesn't take away from it because I don't notice it. But it could very well save my ass at some point, so it adds to the experience. Same as ABS. Good ABS, don't notice it. Doesn't make it a massive pain in the hole to change your brake lines, like it did on my CBF, for instance. I didn't like the ABS on the CBF. I didn't think it was very good. I wanted to come down here. This is pretty cool. Whereas like the ABS on this, okay, it's a bit much on the rear brake, but the front brake I haven't even managed to kick on, so it's a non-issue. It's actually pretty cool to have that there, because again, it could legitimately save your ass at some point in the future. So I have no problem having that style, say, you know, like ABS is absolutely fine by me. Oh, we're going adventuring. Look at this. Adventure time. Adventure. We're technically right now we're adventuring. I I believe I just heard my dash cam, my Vantrue dash cam, just say like it's changed the thing. But that's why I like a clutch. You see, you just get control over it. So yeah, DCT doesn't really add to the experience for me. But anyway, what else? I mean, a gear indicator. I never would have thought about it before I had one on the bike, but I do think a gear indicator actually adds to the experience. It again doesn't take away from it. And I think that's what the crux of the matter is. You know, does technology add to the experience of bikes, or does it take away from it? Does it take some of that actual involvement away? Because if it takes the involvement away, I don't want it. Quick shifter adds to it. Gear indicator adds to it. Traction control and ABS, once they're not, you know, overly nanny-ish, they don't take away from it. Do they add to it? They add to the safety. I wouldn't say they add to the experience per se. Oh, a little bit tighter. We're good. But that's why they don't really bother me, because they're not doing much. You know, your 6-axis IMUs, your lean traction control in a corner, your cornering ABS, all of that stuff, provided it's done right, does not take away from the experience. It just adds to it. So, you know, I'm okay with all that. And then obviously there's the argument for the price, the purchase price of the bike. But look, I think that ship has sailed. I think we've lost that battle. I think bikes are just going to keep getting more expensive now, unless someone starts to build more affordable motorcycles, sadly. If I was to spec a bike myself, brand new, I would definitely have a quick shifter on there. Traction control, I mean, take it or leave it, but it is a nice to have, especially if I'm letting other people ride my bike. ABS is, I think, a legal requirement everywhere now, so that has to be there. I don't really care about catalytic converters. I don't think they make much of a difference on bikes. I think you should probably go after the airline industry and cruise ships before you add those to bikes, because I think mining the materials to put on bikes that most people just take off, it's kind of pointless anyway. And yeah, I mean, gear indicators, again, nice to have. I would definitely look for one of them in the future. It's nice to be able to glance at it. Stuff like slipper clutches, actually, they kind of go unnoticed. Slipper clutches, you know, they're the unsung heroes. I think slipper clutches are a fantastic addition, especially I got to ride, you know, my uncle's Gixxer on track 750 that had a slipper clutch versus my Gixxer 750 that did not have a slipper clutch. And let me tell you, the difference is astounding. That is a technology that should be on absolutely every bike ever, and it's something that I actually actively look at to see, like, oh, does that bike have a slipper clutch or a slip assist clutch or whatever it is, because if it doesn't, I mean, it should. That should just be industry standard. They are a fantastic piece of kit that are worth whatever additional cost they add to the bike. They are a magnificent, they're just awesome. Slipper clutches are beautiful. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Good LED lighting, you know, that's another nice to have. I would, if I was buying a bike brand new, I would look for like good LED lights. I'm not sure after that what I would or wouldn't really chase down, but definitely the lights. I think I would look at the lights. Yeah, I don't know. After that, I don't know. I don't think there's anything that would really jump out at me. Oh, I kind of wanted to go in there because there's a truck I wanted to look at. I want to be able to I want to be able to put my bikes on the back. Am I allowed to do a U-turn off the turn lane? I don't think I am. Let's go back and see, are they still open? This is also kind of the beauty of bikes. You can just kind of mess around, you know. I wouldn't do this in a car. I wouldn't just mess around on the way home from work. I'd be like, yeah, I just want to go home. Whereas on a bike, I'm like, yeah, I'll go back out and do stuff. Why not? You know, oh no, I have to ride my bike more? How terrible. Oh. But yeah, let me know, what technology would you like to see on your bike? What technology do you absolutely not give a toss about? For instance, that self-stabilizing bull that I see some manufacturers work on, zero interest. The Yamaha Nikon's double front tire, absolutely zero interest. Just don't care, don't want to see it, will never buy it, just no interest. But yeah, let me know what you think. What would you have? What wouldn't you have? What do you think is overkill? What do you think we need more of? And yeah, if you watched, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. You're all absolute legends and I love you all very much. And yeah, until next time, thank you again for watching. Adios. Outro crew. Out of interest, do you trailer your stuff? Or do you, would you only ride everywhere? Let me know. Thanks, outro crew. Bye.